I've known for many, many years, yes. And yet still, when it comes time, the crunch time, I hesitate. And we're sorry about that. But really, I think what we'd like to talk about today is something that all three of us, three of you and myself, have been involved with over the many, many years. And Pastor Walker, especially you, I think that we've depended upon you primarily to contact many individuals to bring them to this show. And so in a real sense, let's start off with you by having you to take a couple of minutes to give us some information about your background, your education, and some of your experiences. Then we'll allow Reverend Waller to do the same in reference to his background, education, and experience. And finally, we'll come to Bishop Campbell, and we'll allow him to sort of close us out on that first 6-minute segment. And then we'll come back, and in that 8-minute segment, we'll start with Bishop Campbell, and then come on back around and do it like that. And I think that that will be quite instructive in terms of what we're trying to do. Let's start off with you, Pastor Walker.
Well, I'm Pastor KWalker. I'm the senior servant of the Hands of God Christian Church located out here at 1545 11th Avenue North. And Dr. Haney, we've done quite a few shows together, and I'm always excited and delighted to be in your presence and to be able to bring, individuals on your show that I know have some good information and knowledge as well. I'm a native Nashvilleian. I attended the public school systems here in Tennessee, here in Nashville, up until a point where I got put out. I got put out of, excuse me, I got put out of all of the Davidson County public schools, and I was not able to attend any schools in the city when I hit the 10th grade. Fortunately for me, I had gotten in some trouble as well and faced some time in juvenile, and the juvenile court judge, Richard Jenkins at the time, thought it would be best if I went into the military than it would if I went in and became incarcerated. I had shot an individual when I was 15 years old, and I went into the Navy. Stayed in the Navy about 19 months, long enough to get my foot wet, ride the ship overseas and stuff like that. Got out of the Navy, and at that time, you could go in the military without a GED, got out, or high school diploma, got out, went through Opportunities Industrialization Center, OIC, when I was in South Nashville, got a GED, spent a little time at Tennessee State University, but all during that time, Dr. Haney, even prior to going in, I was always experiencing with drugs and stuff, and actually was addicted to drugs, even when I was in college. I was shooting heroin and stuff like that. And of course, that eventually derailed my attempts at a college degree, wanted to become a fashion designer, and that derailed that. And of course, I ended up incarcerated in the state prison system, did a total of 5 years of my life incarcerated. And in August of 1986, August 24th, 1986, God stepped into my life, intervened in a powerful way, called me into ministry, called me away from a 17-plus year drug addiction directly into ministry, and I've been serving him ever since.
But Reverend Waller, talk about yourself for a minute.
Dr. Haney, I want to thank you for allowing me to be here. I am really grateful, man. I came from the streets which I grew up at in West Nashville on 40th. As a little boy growing up, I loved the basketball. And in the midst of loving the basketball, out in the yard playing by myself, I got captured by the street life. And in the midst of all of that, I got incarcerated in street life for 20-plus years of my life without being behind bars. Captured in my own community by a chemical that controlled my life for so many years. I went to Cone High School, and a lot of people thought I was going to become a great basketball player, but I didn't even know who I was. I was so out of control. But again, as Pastor KWalker invited me, as he shared on how he was released from the bondage, and now I've been delivered myself for 24-plus years. And it's amazing that there's so many people that are still doing the same thing that we used to do. And I'm just grateful to be here to make a difference.
Now, Bishop Campbell, we have a minute for you to sort of make some statements, and then we'll come back to you during the second segment and start with you. But say who you are over the last minute that we have here.
Yes.
Bishop Campbell, and then we'll come back to you.
I also want to thank you, Dr. Haney, for allowing me to be here. My name is Bishop Marcus Campbell. I'm the pastor of the Mount Carmel Missionary Baptist Church located at 1032 Monroe Street, and founder and CEO of the Gentleman and Not Gangster Juvenile Mentoring Program that we have here in Nashville, Tennessee.
And so quite a bit has been done in